So Fields.
Yep.
Listen, I'm kind of down on my luck. I got no place to be. I'm thinking, what would you say about traveling the world? Getting paid to do it, seeing some sights, getting in shape, all for the low price of, getting your head shaved and serving your country. Let's join the army, buddy. Come on.
No, I'm too old. And that sounds an awful lot like the plot of Stripes.
What? Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. But let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Butler.
And I'm Mike Field.
And this is Forgotten Cinema.
Did you forget?
I wanted to make sure we had our microphone. A podcast where we talk about films that seem to be forgotten by audiences, whether it be because a more popular movie was released at the same time, the film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run. We'll discuss what we love about the movie, maybe don't love about it, but we'll always recommend you revisit it. You never know. You might find your own forgotten gem. If you enjoy Forgotten Cinema, we want to hear from you. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, YouTube. We are everywhere with a backlog of over 300 episodes for your pleasure.
Yes. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Although, as I said in the opening, I am down on my luck. So I decided, me and my buddy, we're going to join the army and I'm going to make some money, run away from my debt. Yeah. Basically, even though I chose to be in the army, I really hate it, even though I should have known what I was getting myself into. But it's okay because I'm going to sleep with a couple of pretty MPs and drive a Winnebago to a Medal of Honor.
The early 80s. That's right. We are doing the 1981 film Stripes. Let's get into the facts, and then we'll get into our discussion. All right. Stripes has a runtime of 106 minutes. Side note, I believe we watched the extended edition, so it was like a 2-hour film.
It's 2 hours, 1 minute, and 46 seconds.
So we watched a couple things that were cut out of the original theatrical cut. So, yeah. So if we talk about things you don't know about, that's why. It's on the 2012 Blu-ray? Or DVD? Blu-ray? It's on there. That's the version on there. So if you're interested, check it out. It's an R-rated film, obviously. Of course, there's a lot of nudity in it. Production budget was $9 million to $10 million. It came out on Friday, June 26, 1981. Its opening weekend, it did $6 million. Domestic and worldwide are the same because it did not have an international release. It was an $85 million picture. So not bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. Production company is Columbia Pictures, as well as the distributor. Came out on 26th of June, 1981. Let's go back to June 19th. We had a wide release of Superman 2. Big summer.
Great.
Limited release, which was 1,600 theaters of the Cannonball Run. Did you ever see the Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds?
That's where he's got
racing across the country?
No, I've seen parts of it.
You never seen Cannonball Run?
No.
Really funny. Second one's good too. Anyways, the day that this film came out, it went up against, and these are all limited releases, but I will give you the theaters, how many theaters are in. So they're kind of semi-limited releases. You had For Your Eyes Only, the James Bond film, on 152 theaters.
I have seen that.
Dragon Slayer at 868 theaters.
It's a buddy of ours' favorite movie. He's wanted us to do it on the podcast.
Well, we're not going to because his taste in movies are terrible. And a limited release of The Great Muppet Caper, which had 73 theaters.
Also saw that.
So that's still a good summer. And then the week after, what's interesting is I wanted to look this up and I didn't because, I'm lazy or I just didn't have the time. No movies came out July 3rd, July 4th weekend. I'm wondering if that really wasn't a big weekend for movies
back in the day.
Yeah, maybe like it kind of suddenly became in the 90s a thing.
Maybe. I mean, I know that in general, if it's a nice day, July 4th, the holiday itself does no business.
The night does, though.
The night does, yeah.
So anyways, let's go to the next week, which is the 10th of July. You had a limited release of The Escape from New York and The Fox and the Hound. So
these are some big movies.
It's big movies when you think back when we watched.
Oh, but
were they big when they came out? Yeah, exactly. I guess that's for a different show. This film was directed by Ivan Reitman, who has done Ghostbusters, Twins, Kindergarten Cop, and more recently Draft Day. Obviously, he passed away in 2022. He also produced the film, and he's produced The Hangover and Eurotrip. Written by Len Blum and Daniel Goldberg. They are a writing team, and then it was rewritten by Bill Murray. Does have some rewrite in this, but it was Harold Ramis has got the credit. Blum and Goldberg have done Meatballs, Heavy Metal. Blum has done Private Parts on his own. Goldberg's done Feds and the Cannibal Girls. Ramis has written Back to School, Groundhog Day, Analyze This, Analyze That, I believe. Cinematographer was Bill Butler, who was nominated for an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He also did Rocky IV and Frailty.
A movie we did.
Composer was Elmer Bernstein, which Butler was humming the theme song. Yes, 14 nominations for Oscars. He's only won once for Thoroughly Modern Millie, which is based on a musical. Edited by Harry Keller and Michael Luciano. Keller's on Stir Crazy, Transylvania 65000, and Luciano has nominated for 4 Oscars: The Longest Yard, The Dirty Dozen, The Flight of the Phoenix, the 1966 version, not the remake, and Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. And then it was also edited by Eva Ruggiero, who's done Savannah Smiles and The Mountain Men. I think I said her name wrong. Produced by Daniel Goldberg and Reitman. I already gave you, I take it back. I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong producing credits for Reitman. He has done Animal House, Space Jam, Up in the Air, which he was nominated for an Oscar. Goldberg was the one that did The Hangover and Euro Trip. So before you start sending in your nasty comments, I screwed up. Bill Murray plays John. Obviously, he is the lead. He's on the poster. He was nominated for an Oscar for...
oh my God, Lost in Translation.
That's right. He's also in Rushmore and What About Bob?
A movie we did on the podcast.
That's right. Harold Ramis plays Russell. He's in Baby Boom, Orange County, and Knocked Up. Obviously, he's in Ghostbusters and all those other ones.
Egon Spengler.
Warren Oates as Sergeant Holka, who's from The Wild Bunch, Badlands, in 1941. Do you know what party's in 1941? Did you ever see 1941?
Only bits and pieces.
You would not. I'm going to tell you right now, you would not like 1941 because it does deal with some. There's some
inappropriate comedy.
Yes. I love 1941.
I know you do.
I love the director's cut, but I love I think it's hilarious. But anyways, he plays the guy in 1941 who's like, let me hear your guns. And he has the guy, he's like mad, I think he's like Madman something. But yeah, anyways. For those who are out there who've seen 1941, there you go. PJ Souls as Stella, the love interest, the MP love interest of John, Bill Murray's character. She's in the 1978 Halloween. She plays the first babysitter they get. She's her friend that tells her to come over, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
She's in Carrie, and she's also in The Devil's Rejects. Sean Young as Russell, or Harold Ramis's MP love interest, plays Louise from Blade Runner, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and Wall Street. John Candy as Ox from Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Spaceballs. Is this our first John Candy film?
No, we did Delirious.
That's right. Good job. John Larroquette as Captain Stillman from the TV shows Night Court and Boston Legal. And then you had like Judge Reinhold in there real quickly, Dave Thomas, Robert Wilkie. They're in there. And there's other faces and names you probably like recognize. Oh, I know that guy from something. But those are the main guys that I told you right there. All right, Butler. What's your relationship to this film?
I probably started watching this film when I was in high school, maybe a little bit before that.
Okay.
I'd never heard of it before that, and then my parents were like, "Oh, Stripes is on," and I was like, "What the hell, Stripes?" And they're like, "It's Bill Murray and Harold Ramis from Ghostbusters.
Right.
You should watch it. It's funny." And I watched it, and it was really funny, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And anytime it would be on TV, I would always watch it.
Cool.
And that's kind of like, I never owned it, but anytime it was on TV, it was one of those, I got to watch this movies.
So does that hold up for you? Did it hold up for you watching it now?
There are some lines that are still really funny.
Sure.
I think it does seem like a hodgepodge of just kind of comedy bits thrown together.
Right.
It doesn't really have a story, and I think some of the character stuff doesn't make sense. It almost reminds me of it's like Proto-Ghostbusters. It's like these guys are learning to be a little bit more solid to move on to Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like a collection of like SNL skits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how I revere 80s comedies and all that stuff, and even though the inappropriateness of it, but it's 80s and retro.
Right.
This is not one of those movies for me.
Oh, you don't like Stripes?
Not that I don't like it. I just can't.
You don't have a reverence for it.
I don't have a reverence for it. And as I'm watching it, again, I know we talk about comedies where you just have fun, enjoy it. But there's main reason why I don't like it, which I'll get to. But what I want to say is that there's some stuff I laugh at, but I just don't connect with it. I don't connect with it I know you love Ghostbusters. I like Ghostbusters. I could watch Ghostbusters again. I could put it on. It's funny.
Right.
Any of those 80s comedies back then, they're, oh, let's watch that. Stripes has never been one of those movies. And
wow.
I know. And I think a lot of it is for what you said. I think you're right. It's definitely people earlier in their career that are trying to figure stuff out.
Right.
It's just like a bunch of, and especially watching the extended edition, it's just like almost like comedy set pieces.
Absolutely, yeah.
That make no sense. And I think it all stems back to this for me, which I teased before. I tell you, it's a tease in the business, right? Anyways, it all stems from this, from John, the Bill Murray character, is that whether he chose to do this, he chose to join the army.
Yeah.
And he chose to talk his buddy into it. Whether obviously he was mistaken because he thought it would be, he chose all that. Okay, fine. But the way he plays the character, how he complains and like causes trouble, like he doesn't want to be there, like, you know, like you chose this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it makes what he's going for makes a lot more sense to me if he was forced to join the army. You know what I mean?
If they had switched him and Harold Ramis,
Right.
just get Russell places.
Yeah. And that to me, like it, and I know it's like, I know you can rationalize it where like, well, he thought it was going to be one thing and it wasn't. So he changed. So that's why he's like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know somebody could do that. And I know someone else in terms of people who could counter me with this can say like, Mike, just shut up. It's a comedy. I get all that. But it was very hard for me to get over that fact because I was just getting annoyed with everything that John was doing in the movie because I'm like, you wanted this. This is what you wanted. And now you're completely being a dick to your friend. And like, I don't know if, and I like Bill Murray, but I don't like Bill Murray as much as I like other comedians. So that might be also into this thing. So there's a lot of like other things going on here with me.
It's not a Bill Murray hatred.
I'm not a hater. I just prefer
it's a comedy.
I know. And I'm fully aware of that. I get it. I totally get it. And you can disagree with me, and that's not you, but anybody. You can respectfully disagree with me or not respectfully disagree with me. I just don't connect with this film. There are some funny stuff, but it just feels like everything that you said, like in terms of like a hodgepodge of stuff, like to me, that I weigh that a little bit more in terms of like, that makes me not like hate this film, but just, I don't need to see this movie again. Like that's that kind of thing.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. Like, you could thoroughly thrash me. I get it. Cause I'm watching the movie. I'm just like, I don't like this. Like, he's just gonna like, I know he's gonna be mad. I think, but like, I don't like this film. And I don't want to complain about my whole complaint in terms of like what I just talked about in terms of his motivation. I know it's a comedy. So I know that has like loose legs to stand on, but I still think it matters.
But what if you look at, Bill Murray as like, because John is so self-destructive. Like,
sure.
We see it at the beginning. Like, he pushes the old lady out of that cab, kind of. He is the reason she gets so fed up that he ends up wanting to quit. He drives her to a point of just being annoying customer to being a terrible customer. And he pushes her. She has every right to be as mad as she gets. And he does that. He pushes.
Sorry. Good, you're right.
Don't you push me out with cough.
Sorry, cough.
And, he's self-destructive with his relationships. Yes. He doesn't pay his car bill, so he loses his car.
All great. Yes. But to me, John is not the lead. John is the supporting character that can do all that stuff, that can have that fun, and that it should be Russell's film. It should be Russell is technically the straight man in this film, and it should be his movie. So I know
what's Russell learning though over John. John's got more to learn.
Russell should. Well, now you're asking me to rewrite the film. And I don't want, but if I was to do that, Russell would have to learn that he is stronger than he thinks he is. But Harold Ramis doesn't play it like that. Harold Ramis plays it like, hey, I'm having a fun time. I mean, he got onto the movie because Bill Murray pat him on the movie. He was like, no, you got to hire my friend.
Yeah, I want my friend to play my friend.
So I get it. So the movie that I'm asking for isn't going to happen. But like John, the way Bill Murray plays John is not a leading man. He plays him as he has fun, like a supporting character would have fun, like the Vince Vaughn to the Owen Wilson in Wedding Crashers, like that kind of fun. You can still give John the love interest, you can still do all that, but he can't be the heart of it, and he can't be the heart and the comedy, the comedy background of the movie at the same time. He is, and I think that's why it bugs me. But he can't. That's what it is.
Do you think that's what holds you back from liking Ghostbusters more?
No, I like Ghostbusters. I just don't love it. Like I love, like you told me.
Do you think that because Venkman's kind of the main character, but Venkman's got similar issues?
I think my thing with Ghostbusters is, I mean, like, I'm always a story guy. Like, I'm like,
right.
I love Back to the Future because I love that story, that like time travel, all that stuff. With Ghostbusters, it's fun. I don't ever like, I don't know. I just never really like, it's fun. I like it. I don't hate Ghostbusters. I like Ghostbusters. I just don't love it as much as you love it. It's not my favorite movie. That's all. That's your favorite film.
It's my favorite comedy film.
It's not my favorite favorite comedy film. I don't even know. I don't even know what my, I'd have to think about that. But yeah, okay. So, but I think but I also gravitate more towards those Spielberg films, those big adventure films, just the storytelling aspect.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I get that.
I just think it's just a preference.
Okay.
I still like Ghostbusters. Don't.
I know you don't not like
the
Ghostbusters.
shade of stripes to go on to Ghostbusters.
I was just saying, like, the reason that you don't have Ghostbusters higher up on your thing, like, I always wondered, and I wonder if that's why.
I don't know. I mean,
because I think his character here, John, is very similar to Venkman. Very similar to most of the characters.
It is, but maybe Venkman is like a little bit more refined, like you're saying. Like with John, he's trying to in this, Murray's trying to figure out how to play that balance.
Yeah.
And in Ghostbusters, he's got it right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Bill Murray is not a good actor. I think he is very good.
So you're saying you hate Bill Murray?
I just don't like Stripes. I'm just not a big Stripes guy. I'm not a big Stripes. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. Would you have liked it if it was Cheech and Chong? Because that's what originally was going to be.
You know, yeah.
Really?
Kinda.
Better or just?
I think it would have been funny. It would have been different, but I think I still would have liked it because it still would have been similar.
Yeah.
It would definitely have been more of I think it would have been even more like just a skit. Like the story couldn't have mattered.
Would have been like all the other Cheech and Chong films.
Exactly. Yeah.
It would have a lot of pot humor, a lot of just like, all that stuff.
Cheech and Chong would have been the ones carrying.
Did you see why they didn't get it?
I did not.
Okay, so.
I mean, were they high?
They didn't know this, but their manager basically negotiated with Reitman, saying like he wanted 25% of Reitman's next 5 films for them to be in the movie, and they didn't know this. And then he was like, no. So he had it rewritten by Murray and Ramis, and then that's why like you have the Judge Reinhold character who has some of that stoner humor.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'd have to be the Judge Reinhold character.
But see, I think when because this movie is highly improvised, because that's how Ivan Reitman works. He's always improvising. All his movies have been like that. That's like Ghostbusters. That's what like Evolution. Like all his films are usually like that. In this film, it just feels like it almost feels like when you're in the scene, people are competing with each other to get something funny in there.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like there was moments where it was something like, for instance, when they go into the mud wrestling scene and they walk in, Ramis is in there and he says something as they walk in, and then he's not in the scene the entire time until they leave on the outside. Like,
they don't come back to him. Yeah, he's
so like, was he not there? Was he not there for or was the mud wrestling? Because I think the mud wrestling aspect they came up with on the spot.
Of course.
When they were there, Reitman was like, let's just do this. And he had to talk John Candy into doing it, who was like, it wasn't really, it wasn't his thing. Yeah. So that whole thing, just like they came up with that. Yeah. What are you shaking that for?
I can see that. No, I do. But it does. I mean, I like Stripes. I don't love Stripes, but I think that feeds into that. It's a series of skits kind of a thing. Yeah. It's either they work or they don't. I think it works less in the director's cut. I think the director's cut's kind of a mess.
Yeah, because they have that one scene where they go onto the plane.
Yeah, and then they go to
some country down in South America, I would assume. Like where they're supposed to be
they're in Colombia.
Yeah.
Or they think they're Colombia.
And then they're with the rebels, and then they get back. And, all I'm thinking is like, how are you leaving camp? How are you able to leave the fort without nobody knowing you're leaving?
By convincing them they're part of the CIA, I guess. Yeah, it's very, that scene was really stupid. But and I know that was a deleted scene because I was like, I don't remember that. But then when they're back at the barracks, somebody left last night.
Yeah.
That's in the movie. So I'm like, where was that originally?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember where that gets put.
The scene also when they at the end of the film, when they take the, I guess the RV for whatever that thing is, and they go to Germany.
The urban exploration vehicle?
Whatever. All that stuff was cut out when they were in the hotel. All that stuff when they're with the girls in the hotel and they're making out and they're like spending the night there.
Some of that stuff I remember.
Well,
but yeah, not like all of it.
To the point where like, if you go to the beginning of the film, when they go to Barnaky's, to the general's, house,
right? And
that's when they first get together, the girls and the guys. There's a scene where they come out of John and what's PJ Souls' character's name? Stella, come out of that chest that's in front of the bed. Yeah. That's actually from the Germany scene.
Really?
That's a cut that they took from the Germany scene
and they put it back.
Beginning.
Interesting.
So it was always in the beginning. It was always in there.
Okay.
The original, but that was from they just took it. So yeah. So that was little.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why speaking of Stella and Louise, why do they like them?
I have no idea. I can see why Louise likes Russell. because well, in terms of like not like as quick as they do,
right?
But like Russell's kind of endearing when he says the lines before they leave. He's not as chauvinistic and like creepy, but John is just a little douche. Like, why would you like this guy? He's like every creepo that would be coming on to you in there. So no, and if they do like, oh, do we want to save him? Guess there are. It's like they're just like,
why?
What?
Yeah, what does that mean? Like
Slim Pickens at the base camp, I guess.
Yeah,
were you there to purposely pick up guys? Like I just yeah. All right, it doesn't make sense. It's very much like, all right, yeah, I like you.
So what are some of your lines that you like in the film?
Oh man. I mean, "Shut Up, Francis" is something I love. I love that line.
We're not homosexual, but we're
willing to learn is really good.
I figured I better join before I get drafted. There ain't no draft anymore, son. There was one.
You know some English? Bullshit, son of a bitch. I think those, like, it's just a ton of really good lines. I think that's the problem with the movie is it's just like all lines.
Yeah.
I use this one. Like, you ever been convicted of a felony? Convicted? Well, no. Never convicted.
Come on, you know my sister. You nearly her. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think that was in the lead. I don't remember that line. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. Also, why are you looking up lines? And we'll go back to the mud wrestling.
Yeah.
Why are they breaking? Why are the cops showing up there?
I have no idea.
Illegal?
Is it not an approved strip joint?
It's not like it was. It's not like it was a hidden like in the back alley.
Like it was like, let's do a Barney Hill and like shake him up. Benny Hill, yeah. It'd be really funny.
I guess I didn't get like why the cops were busting up. It's a establishment.
I don't know because I'm pretty sure it said strip show to begin with. Why did I went in there?
But there never was anybody stripping. They were just doing mud wrestling.
I mean, they were naked.
And I didn't get the whole. I just didn't understand.
Mud's illegal wherever their base camp is.
Do you think that the character of Jeff Winger in Community is named after John Winger in this film?
I always wondered that.
Yeah,
I think probably. I would imagine so. Dan Harmon's so wired into comedy. Yeah. I would imagine, and he's very Bill Murray-esque, like that cocky, like self-assured kind of a thing. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I love that. It's kind of a line, but it's more of a bit. Like when he's finally lost it at his own apartment, and he's like, "Yeah, I got no money. Hold on, it's my final beer. Hold on." And he throws the basketball out the window, and he takes the wrench and he busts out a window pane. Hey, bud, right up here, and he throws it through the opposite window pane. I always thought that was funny, but this time I thought it was like the funny. I don't know why last night I thought it was like the funniest thing ever. I was like dying.
I didn't understand that whole dynamic either. Like that was John's apartment, right? And then Russell comes over and just walks in.
And he's like, I lost my apartment. I assume it's her apartment.
I don't know.
How does John own an apartment that big?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was her apartment.
Okay.
If John's barely making any money as a taxi cab driver, there's no way.
Which I didn't understand why that woman was with him.
Because it's the magic of the 80s. And every movie, all the sloppy guys.
Cabbies must get stiffed all the time back then because like you just like now, yeah. Just runs out.
Yeah, prepay with your credit card.
And when he goes home, and I almost feel like those two scenes were when he goes to the apartment at the end and he walks in and she sees him, she's happy. And then when they cut and they're in the next room, she is like annoyed with him like immediately.
Well, she sees the dress all
No, I know, but it's so immediate that I'm wondering if those scenes were shot on different days.
Oh, and she's playing a slightly different attitude.
Because it felt like a really quick like turn. I was like, geez, whatever. I mean, I guess the idea was her to get out of there. So
her dress did get run over. When the pizza did end up on the New York City street.
Gross.
They put it back in the box.
Like he was going to eat it. He was going to eat it.
He absolutely ate it. What do you think about the fact that like the movie ends and then starts again? Because that's even when I first saw it, that's always been like a kind of a complaint.
What do you mean?
So the movie's about getting through basic, right?
Yes.
And then there's a whole like little mini movie at the end about being in the RV and saving the troop.
Well, it's like the Top Gun ending. It's like they get through Top Gun, they get to and
then there's a mission.
And they have a mission. It's like, you got to show them in action. But like they're the worst trained officers. Like
they're terrible.
Yeah.
And John Larroquette, how did he get promoted?
He doesn't get promoted. What are you talking about?
Well, how did he become the colonel anyway, or whatever?
I don't know. But it's just there's no, like, there was a note where, like, they were supposed to go do, like, 2 weeks. Bill Murray and PJ Souls were supposed to go do, like, 2 weeks of, not basic training, but, basic training. They were going to do some training. They were going to do some runs and just kind of, like, get a feel for it. And it lasted 4 days. And they stopped. And I'm like, this movie feels like it's just kind of like you said, like, yeah, let's have some fun. Like, me and you picked up the camera. We're going to have some fun. But, like, there's no sense of anything. Like any of this is real. But, I mean, I guess it's very popular in the military. Like, they like A-okayed everything, and they
really,
Well,
it makes them look good. It makes basic look fun and stuff like that, but still shows that you have to get punished.
Yeah, I know. I think this is one of those films that it's going to be. It's 45 years old, right? Yeah, it's going to be 45 years old next week.
Yeah,
next year. Excuse me. I think if you do this movie now, it's a completely different type of film. I think you're going to want a little bit more of a scripted action going on. I don't know any comedies now or any comedic directors that do massive improv on their movies. Like, everything usually is pretty much scripted. I mean, there is room to ad lib and stuff like that, but like I would be shocked if there was like a script that like had everything down that's in this film. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's just not how Reitman rolls. And
I don't know any movie like nowadays that has comedy films like that.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying if it's good or better or good or bad to do
it like something that. We don't do anymore.
I just don't think you would get this type of film now. That's just, unless it's a low budget, unless it's a bunch of guys having fun, or, you know what I mean? Just kind of.
So it was like an indie film.
Yeah. I just don't think you're going to get a film like this anymore.
Yeah. It'd have to be indie films. Like, there's, Please Don't Destroy, I think is the group. They do like skits on SNL for the past few years.
Their stuff.
They did a movie with Conan.
Yeah.
Which I still want to see, where they're treasure hunting. I would wonder if that's partly improvised.
Maybe, but they're writing their own stuff, so they're writing their own jokes.
So it might not be. Yeah,
it's not like somebody came in and wrote it and then they're going to just riff off that.
True, it's like Spielberg directed it when, hey guys, come in and do this.
And even like Will Ferrell, when Will Ferrell comes in to do a movie that he signs on for, he has his buddy rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah, but he does do ad lib on the blank. So I'm just thinking like all the bloopers where he cracks people up.
Right, but that's like,
but there are little lines here and there.
That's not a full on. That's not like, let's show up the scene. I'll just think of something funny and we'll do it.
John and Russell deal with push-ups is the entire, like, that's the thing for the scene, and they have to figure it out. It's got to be 5 minutes, guys. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like when Bill Murray, like, and this is probably part of the deleted scene. I'm sorry. When he's first trying to get away and he's like going in and out of the tank. So he's not doing anything like legit. Like, he's like,
oh, that's the actual movie. That's not a cut scene.
No, I know that. Yeah. I know that. But, and then like Harold Ramis shows up, where you go? Like that. Yeah. So like, that was definitely just like, hey, we're going to do this.
Get in. Dance will take me back. I'll go here.
Yeah. So So, I mean, maybe it's just that. Maybe Mike, I don't. Like, if the improv is really good, maybe I'm into it. But if it's not, for me, maybe that's why. I'm not trying to dissect why I don't connect with this film.
I feel like you are.
I feel bad. I feel bad that I wasn't,
Because it's a comedy classic and you hate it?
Here's a shocker. Yeah, shut up. Here's a shocker. Bill Murray and Sean Young didn't get along.
What?
I know.
What? Bill Murray reacts so well to ladies, according to all the other movies we've done.
Well, apparently, like, Sean Young doesn't like his, the way he ad-libs, like, I guess that ad-libbing method, which I heard, remember the movie Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, like, he ad-libs, she's more on the book. More
I can see that. Some people
that's just two different acting.
Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey and Batman Forever.
Yeah. It's just two different acting styles. I get that.
Yeah, some people don't like that because then they're kind of put on the spot to have to do the same thing.
Yeah, you definitely feel like, I remember when we shot Save the Forest, there would be people that could do that, and then there were people that couldn't do that, and then they would ask to do that. Hey, do you think I can? I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. And I, knowing full well I wasn't going to use it because it just wasn't good. But see, that's the thing. Like, you have to have in something like that, you need a director to really know what's going to work and what's not going to work. I mean, Ivan Reitman thought everything was just hilarious, and that's why he used it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a fine line. You got to find that balance. This movie was the second highest grosser of the year.
Oh, in general?
81, yeah.
Even after all those big movies that we just said came out around the same time?
Yeah. Do you know what number one was? Don't look at
1982?
1981.
Superman 2. Oh, Superman 2.
Superman 2 at 108 million. This was 85 million. Number 3 was Cannonball Run. 4 was For Your Eyes Only. So all these summer releases I just said. And then you got the Four Seasons. Four Seasons, Excalibur, History of the World Part 1. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Bustin' Loose, The Great Muppet Caper, and Endless Love. No. The Great Muppet Caper is number 9, and it only came out on 73 screens.
Just great, because it came out after Muppets Take Manhattan, which was a huge movie.
Yeah. No.
Those when Muppets were big. Bring Muppets back.
I got reviews for you, Butler.
I'm sure they're bad.
No. Ebert praised it as a, quote, an anarchic, yep, that's right, an anarchic slob movie, a celebration of all that is irreverent, reckless, foolhardy, undisciplined, and occasionally scatological. It's a lot of fun. Well, he dipped into the thesaurus for this one.
Why is this scatological? Because there's mud wrestling and mud is like poop?
I don't know.
I mean, okay.
Your other friend, Jenna Maslin from the New York Times, called it a, quote, lazy but amiable comedy and praised Murray for achieving a sardonically exaggerated calm that can be very entertaining.
This is also true. It is a very lazy movie. And Bill Murray, this is the genesis of Peter Venkman, I'm pretty sure.
well, 81. We shot in 80. So 84. What he does a couple films before this.
Oh, yeah. He's a little bit away, but, you know, I'm thinking it's helping him.
Meatballs. You ever seen Meatballs?
Yeah, but not for a long. And that's since I was a kid.
When was Caddyshack?
Caddyshack, I think, was after Ghostbusters. What? Caddyshack 85?
I'll give you, while you're looking that up, I'll give you a bad review. Gary Arnold from the Washington Post.
Come on, Gary Arnold.
Wrote, Stripes squanders at least an hour belaboring situations contradicted from the outset by Murray's personality. Hey! The premise and star remain out of whack until the rambling, diffused screenplay finally struggles beyond basic training. I think Gary Arnold's got something going here.
Such a hater.
Not a hater. I'm sorry. I can't like everything. Sometimes we don't like everything.
I've liked every movie we've ever done.
That is an outright lie.
Caddyshack was actually 1980. He actually did Caddyshack. But in Caddyshack, he's playing this, you guys do. He's definitely not only Bill Murray that would become Peter Venkman.
I don't even know how long he was on. How long he was on SNL? No, 75
couple years. He wasn't on for long.
He must have left. Yeah.
That was the whole thing, is like SNL was like dying until Eddie Murphy came on.
And he came on when? 80s? 81?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't all leave though at that time.
They almost all left.
Yeah.
All the big names. And then they were like, and then Eddie Murphy came at like 18.
Well, Eddie Murphy's a generational talent. Actually, he got a doc out. I was coming out, or it might be out by the time.
I did hear about that, yeah.
Eddie Murphy's hilarious. So who you recommending this to?
Anybody who likes Ghostbusters.
Not me.
Like I said, it's like a proto-comedy, not Field, even though
proto-comedy.
80s raunchy comedy is kind of his thing, but he doesn't like this movie. He freaking
80s raunchy comedy is my thing.
I don't know. You always want to reboot Porky's.
I didn't say I want to reboot Porky's.
Yeah.
I mean, I do kind of want to watch it again because I want to see how bad it is, like in terms of inappropriateness. And
I know the first time I saw Porky's, I didn't think it was that funny.
Okay. Well, there you go. Why not? Why you gotta be a hater? Well, Butler, let's
gotta see it the one time.
Let's be honest. I mean, Porky's is popular because boobies, exactly. But that is why it's big.
But Stripes also boobies.
Whatever. But you have leading men that are not leading men.
I think that Stripes, I would recommend to anybody who likes Ghostbusters. Like, look at what these guys did. I think it's interesting to see
Bill Murray, Harold Ramis.
I was confusing Harold Ramis with Ivan Reitman. Seeing Harold Ramis play a character like Russell, because Russell is kind of more in control. He's not Egon, and I think so many people see him as Egon. It's interesting Russell joke around as much as John.
The Egon character is a scientist and who is learning to have fun, and I think that's Harold Ramis.
Sure, he's
the Russell character in this one is. I don't think it's a good cast. I don't think it's Harold Ramis.
Oh, I like Russell.
I just think there could have been somebody else.
He's doing the push-ups. All right, that's one. All right, that's second. Not very good.
I mean, you just said Eddie Murphy. I could see Eddie Murphy in there.
Oh, Eddie Murphy could have absolutely been in Stripes.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in Ghostbusters, but he dropped out because he didn't think it was going to be a good movie.
Yeah. But okay, he's had a good career.
Exactly, he survived.
Yeah.
That's like when somebody interviewed Harrison Ford last year. You were in top running to be Batman.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's '89 Batman. He goes, "Oh, you saying I could have had a career?" He's being honest for casting. I'm like, yeah, that's right, Harrison. But I think it's interesting to see like other characters who you're used to seeing one way as a different way. I think the movie's still funny. I think John Candy's good in it. Like you said, people don't watch enough John Candy stuff. He's got his doc coming out.
I mean, his career, I mean, he's only got about 13 more years after this. He passed away in 94. And like his last 5 years of movies aren't that great. Like, so he has like a small sliver of films that are
really good. Yeah. So you can check it out for that reason. I think I'd recommend it to anybody who likes 80s comedies, anybody who likes Ghostbusters and hasn't seen this movie yet.
I think you have to say, if I'm going to suggest somebody to watch Stripes, I like Bill Murray. Oh, well, if you want to watch Stripes, you should watch some. If you like Bill Murray, watch Stripes. But just remember, it's early Bill Murray. It's not. I don't know though. He's really. I don't know.
It's just hating on this movie.
I'm not hating. I can't. I don't know what it is. I think it's that. I think honestly, it's that. It's the major story block in the beginning that I talked about in terms of
why he's in the army, why he's such a
the hero journey. Yeah, it's comedy for the sake of comedy and not for story, which happens a lot with in movies that do a lot of improv. I wasn't a big Evolution fan, even though I love
Evolution.
I know.
I got to rewind. I've only seen it the one time though, so my opinion could change.
But I think that's part of it. I think what I'm always as somebody who writes and as a writer, I'm always like looking for that story inherent. Like I'm not like thinking it in my head, but I'm like always that's what connects me to the movie that I'm watching is the story. So when it's not there for me, it just throws everything out of whack. And I think that's partly what the problem is for me. I'm not like it's me, not you. That's what I'm saying. It's me, not you.
To all people that like Stripes, and they're already writing their hate comment to Field. You can stop. He's apologized.
I just listen. It is what it is. You know, I'm sure people out there hate Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it breaks my heart. That's fine.
Who hates Raiders?
I bet you there is somebody out there who has a hot take where they think Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold is better than Indiana Jones. I guarantee you. Or they think that National Treasure is a better adventure film than Raiders.
Oh, go.
No, I'm telling you, there are people with those takes, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm not. I'm not okay with that take. Field is okay with your Indiana Jones.
I'm okay with somebody not having a take that, like, you know, that as everyone else likes. It is what it is. If I cannot connect with Stripes, and people can absolutely not connect with movies that I love.
So who would you recommend Stripes to?
I think people who love comedies, who like maybe are into Bill Murray, or maybe they just go because Bill Murray had a second resurgence with Rushmore and all the West Boston films and all that
Rushmore,
stuff.
Yeah.
And probably like, oh, you should. It's definitely a movie you should check out from early Bill Murray. If you're going to watch Ghostbusters, you should go watch Meatballs, go watch Stripes, go watch Caddyshack, and just see kind of like what he was as a younger actor. But also, I mean, you could if you like Ivan Reitman films or you like improvisational comedy, like, you know, like that kind of thing. And there's like you said, there are comedy icons in this film: John Candy, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray. Like, so there are people in this film that have gone on to do bigger and better things. So I don't think it's something you should not ever watch. I think, but the extended edition, I would not recommend that one.
The extended edition,
just the theatrical. Watch that.
The director's cut goes off the rail. I mean, the whole Colombian scene is
watch the deleted scenes as part of the features, and you can see what was not in there. That's great.
Yeah.
Part of the movie. It's a 2-hour comedy, and at that point, I mean,
it's too long.
It's way too long. So no, I think
hour 40 or whatever.
What they did worked. Yeah, what they cut worked. Watch the theatrical. I would stick with that.
Yeah,
absolutely. So then, why is it forgotten? Because it's so old.
It's old. It's right before Ghostbusters, right after Caddyshack, and I think those are the two like big Bill Murray 80s films that people think of. And it's like it's Proto-Ghostbusters in that it's Ivan Reitman, it's Harold Ramis, it's Bill Murray, it's all these actors that are just like, all right, they're good, it's funny, but then Ghostbusters comes out and it's better. Not just better, it is far better. And it just kind of overshadows. It's like this huge tower with its shadow being cast over the stuff they did before. And I think that although it was this big popular comedy movie, nowadays it is less popular, probably because of stuff we talked about. Like the story doesn't make sense. It's something that was on Comedy Central a bunch, but it's not like something that I think like people weren't like telling me about Stripes. It kind of came on and my parents were like, oh yeah, Stripes is there. So it's like, I think people like it, but it's not really heralded like a lot of like Ghostbusters is or Caddyshack is or other classic 80s comedies are.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, so it came out, he's it comes out, Stripes is 81, and then he's in Tootsie in 82, which isn't really his film. Then Ghostbusters, but then after Ghostbusters, he's in The Razor's Edge, which is a serious one. He's in Little Shop of Horrors, but he's not the lead.
But he's great at it.
Okay. And then his next big one from Ghostbusters was 84 is Scrooge in 88. Because then
Why after 4 years?
then he has Ghostbusters 2 right after that.
Yep.
And then you start talking. Then you get into the 90s. He's got Quick Change, which is not right. He's in What About Bob, which we did, which we really liked,
which is good.
Groundhog Day. So then he kind of, starts picking it up. He's got a couple of Kingpin there. He's good in.
Yep.
Then Rushmore hits in 98, and I think that kind of
got him clout.
Yeah. And then he's in Royal Tenenbaums 2001. Then he did Lost in Translation 2003. And then he starts doing the Wes Anderson film. So
yeah,
the comedy that what's funny is with his career is like his comedy in the 80s is more like along the lines of Stripe, where it's improv. It's like, hey, he does, I'm right, Bill Murray. But then when he starts hitting the 90s and starts getting into, when he starts with Wes Anderson, his comedy kind of changes and refines a little.
Much more scripted, kind of, yeah.
It's dry humor.
Delivery.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's delivery. It's just kind of, he says the quick line.
Or whatever.
It's almost like he's not competing for the limelight when he gets older, which we all do. Like
right.
When you're younger and you're like,
I got to make a name.
Saturday Night Live in the beginning, and even now, is a constant struggle to like pitch is to get rid of
talking about how strong. That's why people leave on.
Yeah, because it's just not their thing. Like that's just not like what that's
cutthroat.
Exactly. But it's not that they can't hack it. It's just that's not the type of actor they are. That's not the type of That's not something they thrive in. They need something better. Because there's tons of people that leave SNL that do great. So you come from that as a younger comedic actor, and then as you get older, you get more mature, and you kind of like get more confidence in yourself, where you don't need to chase that. It's there. You just need to know what down with it. So his career is really interesting. Maybe I just prefer later day Bill Murray than I do younger. I don't know. Really, I suck.
It's fine. Is it though?
It's fine. Tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your podcast. You're watching, listening to us right now. Rate, subscribe. Tell us in the comments why Field's wrong about his Bill Murray Stripes take, or why he's right. Go ahead. But if you tell me
right and wrong
that any movie, adventure movie, is better than Raiders of the Lost Ark, unless it's another Indiana Jones film, I'm going to be very that the comments are just going to be terrible at adventure.
It's fine. You're so angry. People can have their opinions.
They can, but I'm an angry person.
Apparently,
I'm a bitter, angry person. But if you like Forgotten Cinema, we got a ton of different content for you all through November. I think this is still November. We're doing the Running Man lead up. We did the Running Man. We got the Predator Badlands. We've got the Knives Out stuff coming out.
This is the end of November.
End of November. So we've got Knives Out lead ups and Wake Up Dead Man coming out.
Yep.
We've got our show every Wednesday. We've got look backs that we do on our Patreon. If you want to join our Patreon, those are some exclusive episodes. We've also got merch discounts, stickers, Discord access, all that, and you get to support the show, which in the end isn't the most important thing. But honestly, just you watching, listening, subscribing, telling your friends about us is the most important thing you can do.
How many most important things are there?
Everything's important.
Join us next week as we're going to be, I don't even know what year this was, but we're going to be doing The Intern with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. Did you see this film?
Nope.
Yes. This is one of those movies where I was like, really, when I watched it, it was De Niro doing something that it wasn't De Niro being De Niro, who was actually, I felt like he was like,
acting.
I don't want to say that, but like, yes, something like that. So it's a cool role. I hope you like it. We'll see how it goes. But that is next week, The Intern. Until then, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. Oh, I did say thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Oh, that was fine.
Yeah.